Well, here are the only couple who could beat that score. World champions for the last 2 years. In Shanghai and in Boston. How can they respond to the performance of the Canadians? Gabriela Papadakis, Guillaume Cizeron.
Slight stumble for Guillaume at the beginning of the program.
You ain't got the class nor the style. When the man of my heart is falling apart, I just don't know what to do. Well, you promised me the moon and your eternal love. I will settle for less. When the moonlight had gone and turned into dawn, I tumble through the stars up above. A careless love that left my heart in misery, crying a river of tears. Maybe someday when my river runs dry, I will get back on my feet. Bittersweet.
Again, a little on edge in the double twizzle within the partial step sequence for Guillaume.
Well, as you said before, it is very subjective. For me, the second part was better than the first. The Blues, they did seem to be a little on edge. But the swing, that was terrific. It's fascinating. Obviously, they won't have watched Virtue and Moya. Can they be immune to the score?
I mean, I know myself when I competed, you would try to switch off when you were the next competitor to the marks of the previous skater, but you can't really. They're going to know when they hear 80 that it's an improvement. For me, I mean, I am a huge fan of this couple, but there were lots of little wobbles throughout. More for Guillaume. I thought that Gabriela actually skated really quite well. She looked very comfortable and very happy out there, but Guillaume had lots of little wobbles. Other things which can contribute for me, the key points in the Midnight Blues, Guillaume's second key point, the bracket turn, that wasn't quite as clean. Little things that the technical panel are going to be looking at, which could make a big factor in the score. I don't think that this is their best skate, so for me, I would not be, again, a bit like NHK when they didn't have the best skate in the free dance there. This isn't, oh, there's a little stumble at the beginning. This isn't yet a reflection of their best.
When the man of my heart.
Now, that wasn't technically in one of the elements, was it?
No, that wasn't it, but they did have a slight wobble and his double twizzle within the partial step sequence, so I suspect that the skaters will get feedback on the PDF at the end of the event, and there will be little grade of execution factors. Here's the double twizzle that I suggested, that's where he had a wobble. So the judges can't give +3 in the grade of execution for that element when there are slight mistakes, whereas Virtue More didn't have certainly any poignantly obvious flaws. And I read an article which was really interesting about this couple, which was suggesting that they were more interested this season in pushing themselves as artists and as athletes and not as invested in the result. But there's no doubt about it, they're competitors, they're going to want to be top dog and repeat their success as world champions for the 3rd year running.
And it's very difficult if you lose the momentum, which they had as world champions in successive years. If you lose that, it's very difficult to get it back.
Exactly, and what happens here plays out toward Pyeongchang. But interestingly, last season they were ruled out. They didn't compete in the Grand Prix final last year because of the concussion that Gabriela suffered. So they've had a much longer season this year already than that which they had last year when they won the world title.
So they're not going to overtake the 80.50 that Virtue and Moya got. Can they get near it and overturn it tomorrow? That's the key thing.
Yes, you're right. They want to be still in contention.
3 points, something like that.
Oof. Even that's a bit. Even that's a bit of a wide gap.
Let's see. They don't look too optimistic. It is just under 3 points, so they've probably done okay. They're in contention.